Hey, what's up, guys? So, I know I'm late to this topic and all. I mean, this album literally came out like, I don't know how much time ago as of the time I'm recording this. And that's basically like 100 years in internet time. But I just have something I need to get off my chest, guys. Oh my god. I love this album, bro. I thirst for this album. In the past few weeks, I've had nothing but mustard in my head. Reincarnated. I'm a stargazer. Bro, I've been listening to this album non-stop. On God, like, I need the album pumped into my veins for real. I need it in me, bro, please. But yeah, saying I love this album isn't enough. Like, I need to tell y'all why I love it so much, straight up. Why it is one of, if not my favorite Kendrick Lamar album out of everything he has released up to this point. So, if you have the time, just stick with me for a minute. Bro, this album is so fun. Like, it just has so many bangers. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. Like, how the hell do you have like 5 songs at the top of the Billboard Top 100? The only other rapper to have ever done this is Drake. But yeah, we're not here to talk about him today. The album just has so many songs that can stand as a standalone single, bro. Like, do I really need to even elaborate on this? I feel like anybody who has heard a song from the album won't deny that this shit slaps. Like, Roman numeral 7, babe, drop it like it's hot. Turn the Stevie off! Turn the Stevie off! I get that K-Dot's previous albums definitely had a lot of songs that had the hit factor as well. Like Good Kid, Mad City. Like, wow, man, you can play a whole bunch of songs on there and in the club and it will just bang. Or To Pimp a Butterfly with King Kunta and Alright. And Damn, where songs like Humble and DNA is this peak. But yo, I don't know, man. Like, the songs on Good Kid, Mad City were mad long. Like, I'm sorry. Like, Money Trees is cool and all, but it's like 5+ minutes long, bro. Why? And don't get me wrong, I definitely love T-Pap, and I truly think it's like one of the greatest albums all time, period. But, you know, it's one of those projects that you definitely need to sit down with and lock in for real, for real. Really internalize what the fuck you're listening to, because the shit just hits deep, man. It's not the shit that can soundtrack a walk to the train station, where, you know, you're feeling yourself a little bit. Pause. Having that main character energy type shit, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Mr. Morale, although it definitely had bangers. And with Damn, well, to be honest, I'm not really feeling it, but you know, that's just me. Sure, it's a good album, and of course K-Dot brought his A game when it comes to the bars and lyricism and all that, but I don't know, man. I'm just not vibing to some of the music. Like, trust me, guys, I've tried re-listening to it so many times to try to find the magic that others have found in it, but truth be told, I just don't really understand it, which brings me to my second point. I understand the album. Like, look, this is something I feel is kind of understated, because certain circles in hip-hop discourse will expect you to, by default, understand all the shit you're listening to, and if you don't, you better do some fucking research before you state some bullshit-ass opinion. Now, this is something I agree with to a large extent, but at the end of the day, guys, I'm just a Chinese kid born and raised in Singapore, man. Like, there's some shit that is talked about in Kendrick's albums that I am just bound to not be able to understand. There's definitely a cultural disconnect, and although it doesn't really take much away from the enjoyability of an album, it's still a significant factor in my ability to fully appreciate it. So it just so happens that DNX is the album that I understand the most. Gotta be real, guys, there's just some slang and some language I don't know in the lyrics of some of K-Dot's songs. Like, for example, what is a bitch in miniskirt? A man in his feelings a bit on her. What is a woman you really hurt? A demon you better off killing her. What is a relative make it repetitive? Never just don't want to do it. Dude, sometimes I don't understand the metaphorical language he uses. This and some other West Coast slang I don't understand. And of course, as an internet native, I've been exposed to African American vernacular before, and I kinda know it. And I feel like AAVE has permeated much of how young people everywhere speak nowadays. But it's undeniable that there's still a cultural disconnect, period. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not like I need to understand the vernacular fully to feel the impact of his words, because, you know, I heard these lyrics and still felt that shit. And finally, guys, to the third point, I feel like the album just flows super well and sounds very coherent as an entire project. In other words, the album is sequenced well. It just feels like an unrelenting vibe and a 44-minute hit bop. This is the hallmark of a great Kendrick Lamar album, when every song just sounds good next to each other with no weak link. Furthermore, I feel like because of how short this album is compared to the other albums that he has put out, I never once felt bored when listening to it. Like, I can replay the album right after it is done and still be able to sit through it again, no problem. This is not something that I can say about the other projects, because they just feel really content heavy. And, you know, by the time we reach the end of the album, I'm fatigued, bruh. Like, it's a whole study session. And speaking of which, I'm fatigued right now as we speak. I know I didn't really mention Section 80 at all, but some of the problems I've had with other albums in the discography apply to it too. Like, I don't understand maybe 60 to 7% of the album, cultural disconnect, etc., etc. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and end this video here. Bye.